Joining us on the line right now is Larry Kudlow, host of the Kudlow Report on CNBC. Also can be heard on the Larry Kudlow Show on WMAL, Saturdays at 7 p.m. Larry, how are you?
Fine, thanks. Good morning.
Well, we got so much to talk to you about. I mean, first of all, it seems that the big story on the front pages this morning, and destined to be the story for the next few days, is what's going on with Syria. How does that impact us economically?
Oh, I think de minimis. I don't think it's a big economic event. I mean, yesterday, after John Kerry spoke, there was a market sell-off, I guess from about plus 25 to minus 65. So there was a little bit of a small sell-off. I don't think this is a big economic event. I don't think this is a big stock market event. Maybe if it went on for a while, maybe if you went on for a couple of months, perhaps something might happen. But watch the price of oil. Oil dropped yesterday, so it didn't really have any impact on oil. Sometimes oil, not oil per se, but oil is a barometer of, anxieties and so forth. So I'd keep an eye on oil to see if there's anything going on there. So far, the answer is no.
Okay. And the stock market has been soft of late, but anything to worry about as yet?
Well, I think stocks are still going through a minor correction. I think that this idea of some kind of second-half economic rebound, I don't know where it is. I mean, you saw yesterday durable goods, which is a very important measure of business investment, just fell 7% in 1 month and starting to look sloppy again. And people keep telling me that the Fed is going to taper their bond purchases because the economy is picking up in the second half of the year. A, I don't see that pickup, and B, I think the Fed is going to wait on the taper. I mean, I'm in the camp of December, and very small, and I don't think this is the right time for the Fed to start putting less cash into the economy. I don't think this is the right time for the Fed to start doing any kind of tightening whatsoever. I would wait. I would be patient.
Larry Kudlow, the big story down here in the Beltway is the Treasury Secretary Jack Lew yesterday saying that Congress will reach its borrowing authority. The United States government will reach its borrowing authority as of mid-October. No more gimmicks, he said. This is a hard date. The debt ceiling is upon us again. What's going to happen?
Well, we just had him on CNBC this morning. Repeating the same thing. He may well be right about mid-October. There's always some wiggle room there, but we're coming down to it. Let me say two things on this, and I think they're both significant. First of all, John Boehner has said there will be no budget shutdown. The continuing resolution will be re-upped for another 2 or 3 months. Okay, and inside that resolution, there's going to be a sequester. Republicans are not going to meet Obama's request to end the sequester. Sequester has done a good job. It's cutting spending. Spending has come down quite a lot in the last couple of years. Part of that is more revenues from the economy. A lot of that is just plain ordinary budget cuts. So, A, Boehner said, yeah, we're going to keep the sequester and we're going to give you a continuing resolution. B, on the question of the debt ceiling, I do not believe there'll be a clean bill. And once again, the president wants to get rid of the sequester somehow, even though he says he wants a clean bill on the debt ceiling. Again, he wants to get rid of the sequester. It's not going to happen. I'm not sure what is going to happen, but what Boehner has said is that the Boehner rule is still in place. What's the Boehner rule? Every dollar of debt increase must be met by a dollar cut in spending. That was the rule 2 years ago. That is still the rule. I think that is exactly the right rule. So I hope they hold the line on that. And I think there's still a possibility of Obamacare. Now, here's the deal, this one. They've got a big majority in the House among the Republican caucus to roll back, to delay by 1 year, okay, 1 year delay on the individual mandate. There's a big majority for that. As Senator Ted Cruz said over the weekend, they do not have, neither the Senate nor the House has anything remotely close to the votes to defund the Obamacare. Okay, that's, I think, pretty much off the table. I mean, I'm glad they're making that case, don't get me wrong, because I want to get rid of Obamacare. But legislatively, I think this is the issue. if the House passes its bill again, they've already done it once, they could do it again, 1 year delay on everything to do with the individual mandate, and then get that over to the Senate for a vote. I want to see a vote on this 1 year delay of the individual mandate in the Senate, where red state Democrats, are going to have trouble.
Yeah, they are.
I think there's a vote. I think the vote has a reasonable chance of passage, so I think that's up in the air.
So you're glad they're fighting the fight, people like Ted Cruz and Rand Paul and Mike Lee?
They're fighting the fight. Look, strategically, I'm delighted. Because I think there's so many. I mean, take the individual mandate. There is no verification for income. There is no firewalls for the computer secrecy. There is no cap on the consumer increases for insurance premiums. The thing's not ready to go. They don't have, in 30 states, they don't have the exchanges set up. So it's a big mess. Now, unfortunately, I don't think, again, Cruz doesn't have the votes to defund, and I'm not sure you'll even ever get a vote on that. But roll back, delay for 1 year, like the business mandate, delay it for 1 year, there I think the votes may be. So I'm fine with that. Heck, I'd love to see that vote.
All right. Larry Kudlow, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Larry.